Alright, I'm going to try and fix this 2-meter beam. It's an MFJ. Let's loosen here. And in here. With this one, kind of built sort of strange. I'm just going to take it apart. Should be pretty simple. Should be. We'll see. So it seems to be a bunch of screws in aluminum. Made into a box channel. Poke myself with the damn thing. I don't know where the fuck that one went. Oh, Lord. So these just look like regular shit screws. Which I probably got like a bunch of them. Okay. Good. I think you probably lost one on the floor here somewhere. Not gonna worry about it right now. Okay. Wait, let's get this thing exactly how it would be. Wow, look at that. Okay, so all this is just a piece of coax going through here. There's a little bit of some kind of section in it, though. Alright, so we just got to get this put back in here. And then, this other one looks like it's fucking stripped out. So I don't know what we're going to do about that. Yeah, something's not right here. Oh, I see. So, probably need a welder, I think, from what I can tell. Yeah, definitely need a welder. Because that came out of that piece. Now hopefully steel or stainless. It looks like stainless. You see the little teeth on it? I'm going to see if I can grab it with some pliers. Yeah, it's going to be a little more complicated than I thought. So there was a capacitor in here that got broken. The trimmer cap. So this piece here, let's see if we can. Oh man, this camera's moving funky. Okay. Alright, so this piece here would normally have a thread in it. And I've got this pulled out of here, and then I got this piece here. So there is a way to fix this without even welding it. This is pressed into that plate and it goes in the back of it. However, we've got this broken trimmer cap across the input now that I got no way to to do anything with. So I'm trying to see how the frickin' hell they had it. So it was like this. It's seriously like that, just soldered on there. But there's no way I'm going to be able to fix that. So we're going to have to get in here and remove this trimmer, or just leave it there. I might be able to solder a wire to the back of it, but I think as soon as you do that, you won't be able to adjust the wiper. But it was soldered on there like that, and whenever this thing got hit, it took it out. So the guy that probably knew that. So we can still make this thing work, and we can make it work without that trimmer. I don't think you guys are actually going to be able to see this unless I get it up close, but it's a trimmer cap. And it snapped off, so we can remove it and maybe measure it. I don't know. So you can see how that one is. Well, we got to get the other one like that too. Okay, so you can see what happened. It's aluminum though. I can't weld that. But what I'll do is I'll get the rod back in and I'll put a bolt in front of it. And actually I was able to smack it back in there because it's aluminum. And it just reforms its shape. So it's on there pretty good. But the original design is not good. So the original design, it needs a washer to hold pressure on it. Otherwise, it's just kind of suspended in there. So we're going to remedy that problem. But, yeah. Actually, in fact, I was just looking at the other one. It already has a bolt on it. So that's what it was meant to do, is to tighten up against it, like a jam nut. Okay, so I got the one part like completely rebuilt, and it should be fine. So we just have to address that capacitor. We could try it without it, but that's what it's using for a match. That's a matching network, and they had a little hole in there to adjust it. It's a really clever design, actually, for MFJ. Just very unlikely that I have one. Alright, guys, so MFJ, there's no model number on it, but I'm going to have to dig around to find out, maybe find out what the value is. I resoldered that. I took one bolt here. So we were missing all these other bolts. The guy opened it up, probably just didn't put it back together when he realized that this piece was like broken. Instead of trying to repair it, I don't know, he just put it back together and didn't put all the bolts in. So we need to get 2 for each side of stainless steel and put them in there. And then we need to figure out that capacitor, or maybe it'll work fine without it. I don't know, but I'm assuming probably not. I'm not sure what they got this little deal here, if it's just a ferrite bead or what it is, or if it's just like for some other protection. So we've marked the driven element, the director, and the reflector, and we'll put this thing back together later. It's missing a few pieces, so each of these need to have a bolt on the outside to secure them. Otherwise, these can snap really, really easy because they're just pressed into here. There's nothing clamping them in. In the event something would go wrong, you could remove these and you could go about it differently, but I don't know. I haven't seen too many of these type of beam antennas. It's kind of a cool idea, but yeah, you need they all need to have a nut on them, and then that would go up against this tightly, and then you would tighten it up, and then it couldn't go nowhere. So we've got this part done, so we just need to source some parts, and we need a capacitor. I've taken the driven elements off and the reflector and director, so it's good to go. I'll test it tomorrow with it open like this, and put it on the Nano VN8 and just kind of see what it looks like. So thanks for watching. Alright, so this is the MFJ 2-meter beam antenna that I got for free at the hamfest, and I'm gonna have to get some fasteners for it, but I managed to repair quite a bit of it. There was a matching cap in here, and it's been damaged. I don't know what value it is. I might be able to measure it if I carefully probe it right in there. I might even be able to like repair it, I guess, but it would be pretty delicate. More than likely, if we picked a fixed value that worked with this thing, that would probably be better. But the way they had it was they adjusted it right through here, and it was soldered directly on the back of those tabs. And I'm not sure what MFJ has in here without splitting it open, but it's an interesting design for sure. So the matching section is just a capacitor across the input, and then I repaired this one right here. These bust out. Okay, so these are steel, and they're pancaked into the aluminum channel. You see this one's bent because this thing fell. And it knocked that one and that one. Well, there's supposed to be a bolt right here on all of them. There wasn't any on any of them. One of them had one. And I think these holes right here are designed for, they make multiple beams that look like this. So I think maybe 6 meter or something, you know, or just different beams. But I really like the design of this. It's kind of neat. You need that phenolic material though. So we just need to get a little bit more hardware to remount the rest of those. I basically had to find some parts in my drawer, and then I took 2 from here. So they put it back together, and they didn't put the nuts back on it. And the stainless steel hardware is pretty much a requirement on this if it's going to be outside. If you put non-stainless steel on here, you're going to get rust streaks all over the aluminum, and it'll be hard to get rid of later. So we're going to leave these off for now. I'm going to try and see if I can find some fasteners. You need a jam nut up against here, and we're going to need, we only had one. I found another one. We're going to need 2 more for each other element. And we'll have to find out a value for the capacitor that's going to work. And then we have the rest of it, we'll put it all back together. So I'm imagining it should work pretty good. I don't really think water is an issue with this because it's suspended in the middle. It's not going to sit like in a trough full of water. I've got an M squared 4-element beam, but this is like super simple 3-element and fairly small. Might work really well for satellite. Might be a little bit on the heavy side. I don't know, but we'll see. What's kind of cool about it is it uses a capacitor to match it instead of like a gamma or a hairpin. But we could adapt it to something else if we really wanted to. You know, it's not a big deal, but it's a neat design that MFJ came up with. So, set that there. And I'll put it on the to-do list. If I can find some nuts to put on there, I might put it on the analyzer and see what it looks like without a capacitor, and just kind of see how it does. It might be fine without one. Anyway, I'll let you guys know later.